Eric, I think Coach Martin talked a little bit after the game the other day just about the offensive tweaks you guys have made. How much do you credit those tweaks to the success you guys have had offensively over the last 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely switched a couple of things up offensively, which I think it's provided more flow, more movement, player movement especially. When players move, the ball moves more too. So I think those have definitely benefited us these last 4 games or so. Just by getting guys moving and making plays, not being so predictable, and pretty much kind of just playing free out of the basic structure that we're in right now.
Frank was talking about you guys working on your defense for Mississippi State as well, kind of working on the man-to-man after mixing in the zone. Just curious, how do you feel about where you guys stand defensively right now and what you guys have been able to do?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I feel like we're in a good place right now. When you're winning, obviously you think everything is probably a little better than what they really are. But I feel like we're in a good spot right now on the defensive end. I feel like we've been rebounding the ball pretty well lately, which was a struggle on the defensive end for a good chunk of the season. But I think we're fighting for our lives, like you've heard a couple of guys say already. But when you're fighting for your lives like that, like you play a little bit, you play with a little more edge, a little more toughness, and that defense has to turn up a notch when you're fighting for your season like this.
Colin?
Yeah, kind of sticking with that, Eric. Just what have you seen from Alabama? It's an offense that's really efficient. What have you seen from them, and how big will defense and especially rebounding be on that end of the court for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we know they shoot a lot of threes. I think they shoot 30 attempts a game and make 9 of them. Which is 9 threes in a game is that's a difference maker right there. So if we can cut that in half, hopefully, and not let them make back-to-back threes, back to back, in 3 or 4 threes in 4-minute stretches like that. That's what really hurt other teams when they play. They're going to make some threes, but hopefully we can limit them to just sporadic threes throughout the game instead of just going on crazy runs like they like to do sometimes. And I think they're one of the top teams in the league rebounding their misses too. So it's going to be a dogfight in the paint. It's going to be a high level game, big time physicality. But we're have to limit the 3-point makes and keep them off the offensive glass.
Corey?
Eric, sticking with defense, the task that you guys will have of trying to stay in front of Quinterly and Shackelford, have you guys seen a backcourt tandem that's as good as getting into the paint and drawing contact and freeing up their other teammates for passes and whatnot? Have you guys faced a tandem like that so far?
Similar. Kentucky has Severe Wheeler and Washington, Ty Washington that can get in the paint, make some plays. Auburn got some guys that can get in the paint. But I don't think those two offenses are as heavily reliant upon paint touches to kick out for threes like Alabama does. You can really tell when Alabama plays, they either like to shoot layups or they like to shoot threes. There's no really in between. So if we can keep those guys out of the paint, contest their jump shots, alter them a little bit, and protect our paint, I think we have a good chance, to be honest.
Michael and Anna?
Eric, you were talking about you guys kind of fighting for your lives, and I know a few of you guys have said that. With that in mind, what's the mood kind of been like around the team and in practice, and just with you guys? I mean, just knowing that, I guess there's some of that pressure there. I mean, how are guys kind of handling all that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think some guys don't even realize it, what position we're in. I realize it just I follow all the rankings, and I'm an older guy, so I know what this time of the year means. But I really don't think some of our guys even understand what position we're in, to be honest. So it's, that could be a blessing, sometimes, but also can be a curse. But I think it's a blessing at this moment, just because I don't feel as if the locker room feels a lot of pressure or a lot of heat to win games. I feel like we know we got to win games, but we go out there and we're just competing. You know what I mean? I don't feel like as a collective we have a whole lot of nerves or pressure or anything that we're putting extra on top of ourselves going into these games.
Colin?
Eric, you mentioned the fact that you're paying attention to some of this ranking stuff, knowing that Alabama's top 25 and the net would be a quad one win for you guys on the road. Just what kind of opportunity is this for you guys to not only get another win, but do it against a team that's projected to be a pretty decent seed in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be huge, man. If we win this one, and then I think if we win this one, we might be on the bubble. Maybe, probably not, just because the net doesn't like South Carolina. But we'd be making some buzz for sure. And then if we can get this one and then take care of business at home, what that put us at 19-10, I think. What that be 9-7 in league, or no 10-7 or not, something like that. We definitely create a buzz. And shoot, going into Auburn, you never know what can happen. But if we can take care of this one on the road and take care of senior night against Missouri, I think we'll be in a good spot, to put ourselves in that opportunity.